From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV and, of course, at Tommy Max. Our 30th edition. Congratulations to the great crew and staff here at Buzz TV. Man, our Jags once again disappoint. I'm sick and tired of all this miscommunication, guys wide open down the field, guys getting beat at the line of scrimmage. Come on, fellas. You're supposed to be contenders, and right now you're just playing like pretenders, and that's not a good thing. We're not going to pretend on this show, man. Never. We're going to contend as best as we can. My good friend Jeff Prosser joins us, of course, co-host of The Drill on 1010XL in the mornings on your radio dial. He's also a host of a game show called Beat the Brains. We'll look forward to catching up with him, and we're going to talk tequila today. That's right, the two of the three founders of Vive de Lui are here to showcase their brand new tequila that's hitting the market. All that and more right here on The Horse's Mouth from Tommy Max and on Buzz TV. Proud to introduce my title sponsor for The Horse's Mouth. It's Ewing Real Estate, a great group of people who can help you with any commercial real estate project out there. Whether you're developing land, you're building an office or an apartment complex, or you need some help with financing, we can assist you. Give us a call at 354-5573 or visit us online at alanewing.com. All right, welcome back to The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, of course, at Tommy Max. And as promised, I'm welcome here at the bar with my good friend Jeff Prosser. He's host of The Drill, host of Beat the Brains. He's just a media star here in Jacksonville. Join me now. Pros, good to see you, bud.
You're known for the pep talks. I have to come by and get one of these.
That's right.
Every day.
There you go. Well, this helps, right? This will get you going.
What's your guest record for these? What am I shooting for?
You're not there yet. You know who was the highest tally? Brett Myers, the country singer. Yeah, he was great. He really enjoyed himself here.
I can see that.
He was a fun guy to talk to.
Yeah.
You got the gift of gab, man. Have you always had it? I mean, you've been on radio, TV for
you know what?
your whole career.
Sports is what I was into. That's what I wanted to do. You know, I went to college. I wanted to do something sports, whether I wanted to coach or get into representation or something like athletic director.
Were you
something
always an
like
athlete?
that. I was a high school athlete. Yeah, it was a good one.
What did you play?
Baseball and basketball, primarily. Yeah, it was back in the good old days where you played all three all year long. I wish they did that more.
No kidding, me too. Right? I think you're doing a disservice to kids when you don't. Yeah,
but huge sports fan. I was that little kid at 5, 6 years old, has a newspaper sprawled out, looking at box scores. And blessed now to have fallen in to be able to do it for a living. Absolutely.
No doubt. So you and I go back quite the ways, right? Which is
we're sitting here at a bar, Tommy, and I recall that Jeff Prosser, the TV reporter, can remember young Tom McManus, the fiery NFL linebacker, who I believe there may have been a story of a fire-breathing dragon named Tom McManus when it came to bartender.
Yeah, I wasn't
get
afraid.
Some fire going.
Yeah, man, never afraid to throw somebody out that was unruly. Pros, they deserve it, right? I tried not to use their head as a way to open the door, but sometimes it, collateral damage.
You got to do what you got to do.
But we go back a long way. You and Dan Hicken go back a long way.
We do. Yeah.
You've been in radio together for 16 years. I mean, how do you? In all seriousness, how do you do it? You did more in TV as well. Yeah. But how do you do it? How do you keep that relationship?
That's a good question. This is the part where I make up some joke and say something to make fun of them. But in reality, we're good friends.
Yep.
And it's funny because outside of the 4 hours that we do in the morning or 3 hours that we do in the morning, we're not on the phone with each other all day. Well, wives and I don't get together every other weekend. But you have a chance to spend 3 hours a day with someone every day. And before that, we've worked TV and radio together for 20-something years. And, we have this ability that works in radio that I always use this kind of as an example. It's like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon where the sheepdog and the coyote go at it the entire episode and try and kill each other and hate each other at the end. They punch at time. See you tomorrow, George. See you tomorrow. That's kind of how we are. So we're able to get after each other, and there's never any hurt feelings.
It's kind of like teammates, right? You get a fight. You get in a fight on the practice field. It doesn't carry over in the locker room. Or if it does, it doesn't carry on outside, right?
Yeah, and we have been going at it from sports debating and arguing and reporting for, like I said, a long time. And you build up that much equity in a town and a community, and you have a pretty good working knowledge of what makes people click around here.
Oh, the drill on 6 to 10 every weekday morning.
Yeah, 92.5 FM, 1010. Yeah.
That's a tough schedule. I did 6 to 9 for about 3 years. What time do you get up?
Tom, that's an interesting question.
5:55?
Well, there was a time where 5:25, grab a hat and go.
Right.
But my kids are all grown and gone now, and I find that I can actually, start chilling out at 8:30, 9 at night and fall asleep by 10. So I'm pretty good about getting up. I'm a schedule guy. So I get up at 4. And we get a pot of coffee going. We watch probably a half of a game that I've taped from the night before that I started watching, or Sports Center, and we read the paper from cover to cover and get our brain going and go from there. So it's not as demanding as it was when I was a younger person.
Right.
I think as we age, it doesn't affect you as much. So
a lot of prep or not a lot of prep?
Well, I'm constantly prepping, Tom. I'm on my phone all the time. I'm watching sports. I'm talking sports. I'm on top of things and going here and there. And so, there's one last tidal wave in the morning, but typically whatever is leading the day in the morning was leading it when I went to sleep at night. Or if it doesn't, that's
what's nice about leading it off. You get the first opportunity to bring your opinion and bring the story to life.
And I think there's a lot to that. And look, when it comes to sports radio, we have a little harder fight in the morning. Yeah. And from that standpoint, you got a platform of 10 morning shows where you want a country morning show, this and that, and this talk show, and this rock, and this, Zoo Crew show, and you have a lot. So you better come with a plan.
Bring your A game.
You better bring your A game, or at least try to.
Well, they say most radio listeners listen, 22 minutes? Is that the thing? So you can't really have a dull moment. You can a little bit, but you got to be on top of it.
Are you a radio consultant, Tom? Have you been doing some of that? Because you're right. Yeah. And there's another part of that. Very few people are going to listen to a radio show for 4 straight hours, and so they will tell you, look, when you've got good stuff, you've got to reintroduce it every 20 minutes, every 45 minutes. And coming from a TV background, and a TV background that Dan still has, you always took pride in putting together an hour show with nothing repeated. Right? So it's a complete conflicting mentality. To me, a perfect day is getting up, and from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., you've gotten 4 hours of completely different material. Nothing is repeated. But in reality, to serve your audience in the morning, you learn that this is most effective, I think, after years of doing it. And we do a good job, because we've been here so long, of recognizing, but find what's driving it today.
Right.
Hug onto that and veer off a little bit, and it's easy to do that. It's easier to do that, by the way, when our Jags can't win a freaking game.
Oh, we're going to talk about the Jags, no doubt about it. All right, let's take a time out real quick. We're going to get into you being a TV host as well.
A show that you love. A show you love.
We're going to talk about that next. Right here with Jeff Prosser. We are at Tommy Max, and it's the Horse's Mouth right here on Buzz TV.
Big event or party at your home or business? The Jacksonville Party Company. Stress-free, flawless, and memorable. Whether it's for children, a retirement, a wedding, or other social or professional activity, it's stress-free, flawless, and memorable when you involve the Jacksonville Party Company. Contact them today to get your event launched at jacksonvillepartycompany.com.
All right, welcome back here on the Horse's Mouth, live from Tommy Max on Buzz TV. Jeff Prosser here at the bar. All right, Pros, you're now a game show, talk show host, right?
Yep.
Or not talk show, game show host.
Okay, sure.
Called Beat the Brains. I was a guest on it. It's a great
how'd you
show.
like it?
I love it.
Fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't get any answers right.
That's not true. You got a couple.
Yeah, they were just delayed. You got to be quick. My brain doesn't work that quick.
I'm with you on that one. I've got the easiest job on that show. That's
How is it different hosting a show like that as opposed to like doing a news broadcast or radio show?
Probably not as different as you think.
No?
Look, you've stumbled upon a guilty pleasure I'd never really recognized. But as a kid, I watched a lot of sports.
Yep.
And I watch a lot of game shows.
Yeah, Wink Martindale.
All of them. I mean, across the board.
Like
the
that
Joker's
name I pulled out.
That's strong.
Pretty strong.
That's pretty strong, Tommy. I'm not going to lie. Who names your kid Wink, by the way? Seriously?
I don't know.
Well,
maybe
okay.
Dad named Eyebrow or something.
Right. Sure. 2 and 2. Remember him?
That's right. Oh yeah.
And so it's kind of a comedy. That same energy that you have to bring to a morning radio show, I think you have to try and bring that to that game show more than, say, doing a TV sportscast or a half-hour TV show. But listen, the one thing about this business I feel has to be related is energy. Well, you're an energy guy.
Oh yeah,
right.
Definitely.
You got to thrive. At
Genuine
least.
energy.
Correct. Right. Not false.
Yeah.
And I do. I'll get fired up. Probably too much sometimes.
No, it's good.
Enjoy it. I have an outlet. Yeah.
Well, tell the people where they can find Beat the Brains.
Beat the Brains is on CW17, and that's on Saturday nights, I believe at 7:30, and I think they rerun it on Channel 4 maybe Sunday night after their sports show.
Great.
Of course, the radio station, 1010XL, is thriving 11-plus years now and doing great. 92.5 FM is where most people find that, and all the apps and the tune-ins and the,
Speaking of lack of energy, how do you assess this Jaguar team?
Boy, so disappointing, huh?
I know.
And you know what? There's a difference, too, in the disappointment this year and what we felt through some of those terrible years. And that is the terrible years, it was just kind of sad. And this year, you're kind of angry, aren't you?
That's right.
It's kind of like an angry disappointment. Like, really? This is what is going to happen? And it's like anything in life. It's always worse when it's something you're counting on.
That's right.
You counted on the defense. You knew the offense was, you're counting on the defense, and it just hadn't worked.
Out of position, they seem like they're guessing. Come this past Sunday, I'm like, do they even know what they're doing?
I think, Tom, look, you can speak to the mentality of a locker room, outside of the media session.
Sure.
I just think they're young and they're immature, and it really showed. It showed in some of the positions they took, publicly in the offseason, and it's shown in some discord in the locker room, and I think a little bit of fracturing and dissension between the offense and the defense. And this past Sunday is a perfect reason why, if you're the defense, you can't intimate there's a problem with the offense not doing their job. You'll have your day.
Yep.
We're supposed to be a team here, and the mentality, a good one is, well, if the offense is going to struggle, you know what? We got this.
That's right.
Y'all get your stuff together. We'll be okay. And it was, to me, that's kind of the most disappointing thing. It seems like, from the access that we have and the people that I've talked to, that they've kind of turned on each other, and that's never good.
Never good. You're right about it. If you're Dante Fowler, man, you're happy as a clam out there in L.A., aren't you?
And it's a perfect situation for Dante because all they wanted to do is make a play a game.
That's
Jacksonville needed him to be Khalil Mack.
Right.
The Rams need him as a luxury. Look, we think we have a Super Bowl team. We're not getting to the quarterback. And that's perfect for him, and get his 2 personal fouls and a sack like he did this past weekend.
That's right.
And that's good.
That's right. I always thought he was better as a 3-4. A stand him up.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing with him.
And that's what they're doing. I think he's more comfortable. All right, real quick, you're a huge Gator fan, of course. You're a former Gator. You're a Gator alum. How do you look at this season?
Extremely pleased, really.
Okay,
I think if you went to a Gator fan before the season started and you said, you win 9, maybe 10 games, that you'd have to take that. There have been some ups and downs, and that's to be expected. But we saw this year with some really good coaches.
Yep.
How tough it is in year one. Ask Scott Frost in Nebraska. They've won 2 games. Ask Chip Kelly in UCLA. They've won 2 games.
Yep.
But Dan Mullen stepped right into it. Now, also, Florida's 4-7 last year.
Yeah.
They didn't bring back some 10-2 title contender. So, all things considered, the quarterback you're never going to be happy with. He's 1,000 times better than he was a year ago.
I agree.
Even with his faults this year.
Yep.
So, I think he's on a real good path.
So, you're happy?
Happy
with the
Gator.
Gators.
Yeah, I am.
Are you happy about Tequila, Jeff?
You know what, Tommy?
Yes,
it's funny. That's the only one through the years that I got into a fist fight with and got beaten up so bad.
Oh, boy.
That I walk the other way when she comes down the alley. So
you'll be okay. Listen, this is a friendly tequila.
Mike could be arm twisted.
We've got a friendly tequila joining us next, all right?
A bigger moment than you can even understand if tequila crosses these lips.
There you go. Well, we'll be back on that. A friendly tequila headed your way next right here on The Horse's Mouth. We are at Tommy Max, and we're on Buzz TV. Brought to you by Art of Natural Stone, located at 10135 Beach Boulevard, has over 30 years of experience in creating the perfect outdoor oasis for your home. They can build your dream patio, walkway, pool, fountain, or fireplace. Their dedicated and experienced team strives for customer satisfaction, offering the highest quality service available in the stone industry. And check out their new location at 14011 Phillips Highway. Find them online at artofnaturalstone.com. All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, we're at Tommy Mac's. We drink beers from time to time, and we're going to taste a little tequila in just a little bit. Jeff Prosser is still here. He's hanging out. And then a couple guys just showing up off the street. They're coming in. They're the founders of a new tequila out there. It's called Vive de Lui, and it's Luis Cuevas and my friend Mark Lowery joining us here at Tommy Mac's. Wow, that was a mouthful, guys, huh? Hey, cheers. Welcome.
Salud.
How y'all doing?
We are doing great. Thank you for
congratulations on the new venture.
Thank you.
We brought some
Very
gifts,
tasty.
too,
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So let's start with you, Louis. You're a restaurateur. You and your family own the Cantina Louie's out here in Jacksonville and throughout Northeast Florida. And Mark Lowery, you're the founder and owner of Jack's Refrigeration. Of course, we go back a long way, but a new venture for both of you. How did you get started in the tequila business? Was it always a goal, a dream, or how'd you get started?
Being in the bar and restaurant industry, we purchased so much tequila that on a trip to the Bahamas, believe it or not, drinking tequila, we're like, Mark, you're a pretty smart guy. I'm a pretty smart guy. Why not open up our own tequila and purchase our own tequila?
Yep.
So we brainstormed, and it's been a fun ride. Before you know it, we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
When your neighbor comes over and says, you want to be our distributor for a tequila brand, and you think about Clooney and all those guys, you say,
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly right.
So.
Yeah, we're not asking for $1 billion.
No, you don't need $1 billion.
No,
a couple $100 million would be
oh
good.
My God,
no
kidding
big
me?
deal.
Absolutely.
How is the process? So you go down to Mexico.
Yes.
And then you start tasting tequilas to figure out what kind of tequila that you want to brand.
Well, tequila has to be made in Mexico.
Okay.
There's 5 regions in Mexico, 5 states that the Mexican government has authorized that you can make tequila. Where I'm from, Jalisco, Mexico, is the bread and butter. So we actually went to Tequila, Jalisco, Mexico. We met with quite a few distilleries, and we decided on Casa Maestri because of their professionalism, their quality of tequila. But yeah, it was a process. We learned a lot. We drank a lot.
Yeah. It was a great day. You know, we probably sampled 4 or 5 different strengths of tequila.
Okay.
You know, that's a whole other segment. So if you want to invite us back, we'll come back some other time and talk about the different types. But we sampled, had some cheese and crackers in between.
Okay.
Looked at different bottling and decided on something that was really smooth. We wanted to make sure that, you know, I'm not a tequila drinker.
I am.
Well, I am now.
Ross, you?
I got in a fight with tequila one time. There's a story.
I think I might have heard that, but
you won though, right?
I know. I was left beaten and battered.
But you know, I wanted a tequila that I could drink. If I liked it, then
Right.
it was great. So you know, I've come to like tequila. We went down there in February, and you know, I've kind of been working with our bottling and our packaging and everything else, and just making sure that it tastes just right. And you know, lo and behold, our product came in 3 weeks ago, and now we've started moving it all over Northeast Florida. We're meeting with some distributors that could further take us in Florida and up the East Coast.
Right.
And you know, just looking to make our mark. But you know, what we found is everyone that we've let taste it, it's a great tequila, very smooth, smells great. And especially at the price point it is. I mean, we're about half the price of Clooney's, but we're, you know, we're probably 90%, 95% as good. So
yeah, good. So what are the? Look, you got Patron. You've got was it Casamigos? Is Clooney's? What are some of the other brands that you're battling against?
Well, the tequilas that you guys would recognize would probably be Don Julio, Herradura, and Patron. Those are the top 3 probably in the market that people recognize.
Interesting. Pras, I know you've done plenty of wine tasting, as I have. Have you ever done a tequila tasting?
No, I'm not. It's
always a first.
Don't remember much about the first time that I had tequila or the last time.
Well, there's a second time for everything.
This is going to be a monumental day.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt about it. All right, well, hang in there because we're gonna pour a little bit. We're gonna and the oranges, very interesting. We're gonna talk about that. Why the orange as opposed to normally the lime that's served with tequila, but we'll get into that and much more right here on the Horse's Mouth. Hey, 'tis the season, right? It's the holidays. That's what we do here at Tommy Max. We'll be right back on Buzz TV. Brought to you by
Big event or party at your home or business? The Jacksonville Party Company. Stress-free, flawless, and memorable. Whether it's for children, a retirement, a wedding, or other social or professional activity, it's stress-free, flawless, and memorable when you involve the Jacksonville Party Company. Contact them today to get your event launched at jacksonvillepartycompany.com.
All right, welcome back to the Horse's Mouth here at Tommy Max on Buzz TV. Jeff Prosser, Lewis is here, Cuevas, and Mark Lowery from Vive de Lui. All right, guys, before we get into the tasting of this great tequila, talk to us about the bottle, how you came up with the idea, the concept, and the branding behind that.
Well, really, everything we wanted was going to be related to the island. So we wanted people to think, hey, you know, when you think tequila, you think Mexico, but we wanted, when people go to the Bahamas, or, you know, we were in the Bahamas when we thought of it, but anywhere they go in the islands to say, hey, if I want a margarita, I want a margarita with Vida de Lui. So basically, the bottle is shaped a little bit like a pirate's bottle. We've got the Jolly Roger, but instead of the regular skull and crossbones, we've got a guy from the Day of the Dead. He's got an orange for a nose, which we'll talk about, drinking with an orange. A pirate flag, and we've got these nice little tops that can eventually be strung for decorations. Being the holiday season, you can put them around your tree.
That's right.
If you get enough bottles. So
be a great decoration.
Yeah, just wanted something festive, something that people remember. So that's kind of the bottle story.
All right, talk about the tasting, Lewis. What are we?
Oh man,
is there a certain way to do it? What's the way to do it?
Well, the proper way is you want to tilt the glass, the flute, as close as possible, so you can smell the aroma. And what you should smell is more of a citrusy, more of a floral, fruity, very light. Then what you want to do is, before you take a sip, you want to inhale. Okay. Okay. And then when you sip, taste it with your tongue, and then inhale again and drink it.
What if you can't hold your breath out?
You can. You can. You're an athlete.
You know, every time I do a shot, Tommy goes like this. It's more exhales.
That's right.
But that's the last part. Then you blow it out. Right. Well, with our tequila, we won't see that face.
And the orange. Why the orange over the lime?
Once again, going back to the Caribbean feel, we just wanted an orange feel, because it adds to the citrusy feel at the end.
Yeah, when you taste it too, normally when you drink the lime, it's really tart, and you make that face. No face necessary here.
Is tequila citrus-based? The alcohol itself, like agave? What is that exactly? Was it just a plant? Or is it,
blue agave is a plant. It's not a cactus. It's a cousin to a cactus. But it's not.
I want that question next time I'm on Beat the Brakes, okay? Because I'll get it. All right, so I'm going to go first. All right, is that cool?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to take a little whiff. Smells good. It's not going to hurt you. Not going to deep breath.
Very sophisticated, Tommy.
Yeah,
very sophisticated.
Taste it with your tongue and blow it out.
What do you think?
Ooh, that's smooth.
Chase it with an orange. And
smooth, baby.
You'll be in heaven.
You were saying, people that don't know, but you know, everyone thinks it's part of the party when you do the lime and the salt. But really, there's a story behind that.
Absolutely. In the 1930s, the northern part of Mexico was dealing with a Spanish influenza epidemic, and doctors actually, their solution was take a shot of tequila with salt and lime.
Nice.
And then a tradition was born.
Well, that's incredible.
So we're starting a new tradition with an orange.
There you go. All right, Ross, you're up next, my friend. I tell you what, guys, I mean, this goes without saying. being an entrepreneur is a tough thing. There's no doubt about it. You've been it a couple of times. You have with the restaurants. You have with Jack's Refrigeration. I have to a certain degree. People don't realize the risk and the time and the effort. They only see the reward, right? And then they're like, oh, you just got lucky. But, man, a lot goes into it, and a lot of heart, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into being an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for us, it's, you know, the great thing about this is it's been fun. You know, so we made it a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, and look forward to meeting a lot of great people doing this.
Awesome. All right, as we wrap up, where can people find Vida de Lui?
Well, we have...
Yeah, look us up on our Facebook. We have a Facebook site that has all the restaurants. We're in, primarily at the beach. We're moving out to, you know, to Jacksonville proper, but 2 liquor stores, Mandarin Liquors and Browdy's at the beach.
At the beach, okay.
Tom, you know there might be an opportunity for Vida de Lui to be the official tequila of the drill. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out
Work together, right? We're partners in that whole thing. Well, hey, congratulations, man. Seriously, I know it took a lot of effort and time to get to this point and to be able to get it on the shelves, and we wish you nothing but great success.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Cheers.
Salud.
Salud.
Yeah, salud. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and
thank you.
Peace on earth, right? Well, that's for the next holiday. All right, we're going to take a little time out, but we'll be back right here on The Horse's Mouth. We're live at Tom and Max with Prosser and Vive de Lui right here on Buzz TV.
I grew up in Alabama, and scouting was a big deal there. I started as a Cub Scout and went all the way through Boy Scouts and ended up earning my Eagle Scout. I'm proud to say both my boys are Eagle Scouts. Scouting was, to me, the #1 thing I wanted to make sure that they did. And if you see that on a resume, it sort of checks the box that this individual is goal-oriented, strong character, strong morals. So fundamentally, I think you kind of know that you got a base to work with.
Sign your child up for Scouts at beascout.org today.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on the 30th edition of The Horse's Mouth. Such a great honor and great to be a part of this show, and appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate all the great sponsors here and on the wall everywhere on this show. It's a fantastic thing. Of course, want to thank Jeff Prosser. Hey, it's called The Horse's Mouth for a reason, right? You get to hear from the horse's mouth what it's like to host a radio show for over 11 years, a TV show, a talk show, and all that stuff that Jeff Prosser's involved in. Just fantastic. And like I said, talking to Louis and Mark from Vive de Lui, man, I love entrepreneurs, man. Everyone, you know, they think that everyone just makes it lucky. Ah, you got lucky. Ah, you made it. Here's the reward. No, there's a lot of risk, a lot of time, and all that good stuff that goes along with it. I'm always a big fan of entrepreneurs out there, not only here in Jacksonville, but across the world. So that's going to do it for us this time here on The Horse's Mouth, of course, on Buzz TV and live from Tommy Mac. So, hey, stay cool out there, Jacksonville, and be safe. We'll see you next time on The Horse's Mouth.
Big event or party at your home or business? The Jacksonville Party Company. Stress-free, flawless, and memorable. Whether it's for children, a retirement, a wedding, or other social or professional activity, it's stress-free, flawless, and memorable when you involve the Jacksonville Party Company. Contact them today to get your event launched at jacksonvillepartycompany.com.